To function effectively, individuals must voluntarily postpone immediate gratification and persist in goal-directed behavior for the sake of later outcomes. In the late 1960s, Walter Mischel introduced the Marshmallow test at Stanford University. Its purpose was to determine if a child's capacity to delay gratification would translate to a more successful life in the future. The test was conducted by giving a child a marshmallow and telling them not to eat it before their instructor returned. If they succeeded, they were given another treat. After the initial test, the children's achievements and general well-being were monitored for 40 years. Mischel argued that the capacity to delay gratification was derived from oneself, regardless of age, and he believed that his study would prove and record the variation in lifestyle depending on their decisions. Over 500 children enrolled in Stanford's preschool were tested, and their findings observed that preschoolers who delayed longer on the marshmallow test were rated a dozen years later as adolescents who exhibited more self-control and trusted their own judgment. On the 11th of October 2012, Celestial Kidd, a PhD student at the University of Rochester, challenged this notion. Instead, he argued that the capacity to delay gratification was influenced by the environment. To reach this conclusion, Kidd redid the marshmallow test with two groups of children. One group was under the care of a reliable instructor, while the other dealt with an unreliable instructor. Kidd's experiment highlighted several environmental factors that made Mischel's test inconclusive. One factor was trust. While studying the group of children with the unreliable instructor, Kidd remarked that delaying gratification is the only rational choice if the child believes a second marshmallow is likely to be delivered after a reasonably short delay. Another factor Kidd's experiment noted was the children's parental and living situations. Children who lived in single-parent households or were struggling financially were more prone to not wait due to the uncertainty of a second serving. Before Kidd's publication, Mischel's conclusions were unchallenged for 4 decades. However, despite its execution, the marshmallow test did further the interest in studying children and the effects of varying physical and mental sensations on their adulthood.